Bum 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 ba bum ba. Off constantly.
Good evening. Listen to this warning.
Warning, if you are listening to the audio version of Off Constantly, do not operate a motor vehicle. The rapid changes of topic combined with the lights of oncoming traffic has been known to cause seizures.
Pay heed, all who enter the fog. Okay, seriously, if you're driving right now, please listen to that warning. CBS cares. I mean, not CBS. Where are we? NMTV cares. Okay, so
So you're saying
welcome
that
to Off Constantly, your weekly ADD theater and pop culture extravaganza. I'm your host, Bamba. With me, as always, is Samurai and Backwater.
I'm here.
Very poltergeist. Seance. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about three subjects as always. Our first subject, right off the bat, is one of my favorites. Actually, this came in from a viewer. Who wrote this one? Can you read that?
Beloise from Brooklyn.
Beloise from Brooklyn, New York? I
No.
didn't realize Brooklyn
Park.
Park. Okay, well, let's
They call
finish.
it Brooklyn.
Let's finish the sentence then, shall we? Minnesota travel oddities. Now, some would call me a Minnesota travel oddity when I'm on the road. However, waka waka. We're talking about actual landmarks around the state. Have any of you been around Minnesota and seen some of these cool things?
I've seen Paul Bunyan.
Okay,
I've seen
like
the Green Giant.
the statue, or
She literally saw Paul Bunyan stomping
'cause
around.
that would be,
Yeah.
He was just creating
Tight.
some valley,
yeah.
There's the
some
Alex.
river valley.
Okay, so at home, it's gonna look a little bit like we all hiccuped or something because we had a little technical difficulty. So we're back, and we were discussing Minnesota travel oddities.
Oddities.
And that was a subject brought to us by somebody.
Clarice.
Clarice from
From
was she in a
Brooklyn.
clear
Was
cell?
that a different episode?
Did she enjoy liver with fava beans?
Yes.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
I miss my friend Andy Dufresne. Wrong movie, but equally as awesome. Got it for Christmas from somebody up high. That was an awkward silence for you at home. So travel oddities. Anybody? We were just starting
Babe.
to discuss Babe.
Babe
I
picking the
got
city
you.
or Babe?
I got you,
You got me?
Babe.
I got you?
You don't know that song?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I thought
We were
she
just
went with
discussing
it
your
pretty
age,
well.
so I had to ask.
Sonny and Cher.
Okay. What now?
I don't know where we're going.
Okay,
Get
Minnesota
back.
travel oddities.
Okay.
I know we have been to one together.
You and I together
The
forever.
greatest.
What was it? You know what? I don't even
Let's
care.
just say there are some balls of twine that are medium sized. There are some balls of twine that are large. And however, there is one ball of twine that was the biggest ball of twine, and it was in Minnesota. Now,
Not Missouri,
not
because
anymore.
Missouri's trying to Misery trying to take claim for the world's largest ball of twine, which is clearly in Darwin, Minnesota.
Well, I think didn't they
Darwin.
take the one in Darwin and move it to Missouri?
Would they
You
do
know,
that?
every time I bring this up, someone in the crowd says, or you at home,
Or
don't
somebody
tweet
driving
this,
with their smoke.
don't email it. It is still in Darwin, Minnesota.
Oh,
and
it
I
is?
only know this because I was there last Tuesday. I wasn't, but if I was, wouldn't that be awesome? It's
Road
still
trip.
there. I looked at Darwin's, because somebody said that the other day.
Somebody just Google Earth it.
Oh, I thought they
I
moved
totally
it.
Google Earth it.
Do you
and
think if
it's-
you rolled the ball,
However, go ahead.
if you rolled the ball, do you
know,
think it
I'm
could make it
interested.
to Missouri? Like unrolled it
Oh,
out?
maybe that's what happened.
I'll bet it would make it to Mexico, South America, Chile.
Chile.
So, I was watching Duck Dynasty. This is kind of going back a little bit to a previous show, but
You
the
go
guys
back into the archives.
the guys
if
in
you're a
Duck
fan,
Dynasty
Your tapes.
got into an argument about how often they update Google Earth.
Oh, yeah?
So they found the shop and they looked at it every day. And like to prove how often they update it, they threw like a million decoys on top of the roof and check Google Earth every day to see if the picture's been updated.
That's fun.
I think it's funny. Anyway, so
Has it changed yet?
no,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
So they have, like, we have the world's largest ball of twine. They have the world's largest decoy
Yeah.
on the roof.
Oh. So Google Earth doesn't update as much as our emails.
Our emails.
They're
That-
coming in like
they
wildfire.
Apparently
They are
the one who's
updating
bringing in
like
the email
wild.
has to go
Whoa.
Ate because she's dancing.
We got it.
Okay, but before we get to that,
Ooh, we've got this is a good one. This is from Sally from Northeast Minnesota.
Sally, Northeast Minnesota, the whole Northeast. She's a big lady.
Okay. Well, maybe she didn't want to specify because she says, I have the largest ball of lint in Minnesota.
You're actually reading that really well because a lot of those, there's a lot of extra letters in there. I think because of her fat fingers, she had a real hard time.
And
But-
is the lint located in her belly button?
Oh, yeah. But it says zoning laws won't let me put it anywhere but Lino Lakes. So I guess she's from Lino Lakes.
Northeast Minnesota.
And
Of course.
I don't live in Lino Lakes.
Okay, there.
So I guess
See, it's like a
she lives
puzzle.
in
It comes
Lino
together
Lakes.
as we read
Can I
it.
put it in
But
your
she
yard?
doesn't.
Can you put what in my yard?
My lint?
No. Thank you for asking. So, Big Ole.
That was a no, Sally, in case you
That
didn't
right
get that.
there
Big Ole
was
is the
worth the price of admission
first
on this
Viking in Minnesota, or in America, actually.
show. Okay.
How do they know that? Actually, I saw a thing. Are you watching the Vikings on History Channel?
No, but I want to be.
It's totally awesome.
Are you talking about the Kingstone Cross thing that they found in Minnesota?
No,
I know
the
about that.
Vikings.
Yeah.
That's
The
pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
the what?
Learn your history.
Okay, I'm trying. That's why I'm saying.
Kensington Runestone?
Thank you. The Kensington Runestone.
Well, that obviously is what I was talking about, but more specifically, the show Vikings on History Channel.
That is the Minnesota Vikings, and they are a football team.
Okay.
It's every
So-
Sunday I watch this show, and
I'm
it's
so
these guys.
confused right now.
It's about this
There was
team
a
of guys.
A mini-series that started
Play
last
this
Sunday
game.
called The Vikings. And they said on that show that there never actually was a Viking in America.
That is absolutely.
They
Are they
never-
sure?
Unless you believe this Kensington stone.
Stone
that was
from,
found in
Hooked dart.
Minnesota. that
and
was
Hook X.
evidently Big
Yes.
Ole brought in the Kensington Stone. Why are you shaking your head at me?
That's a Packer line. Vikings are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, the History Channel is owned by Green
Have
Bay.
you seen the history show about the Packers? No, there aren't any
The
history
funny
shows.
thing about that
Actually, there probably
There
is a history
Is
channel
I
show.
watched a History Channel show about the Kensington Stone talking about Vikings.
Really?
Yeah, they are being very contradictory.
Okay. See, I'm trying
Story
to,
of America.
I'm trying to figure
Oh,
out how to
yeah.
acknowledge my daughter without saying, I see it. Okay, so,
Do you?
Do we
I
have a-
see you.
I see you. I see you. I
see
see
you.
you.
We have one more question.
One more question. Okay.
So this one is for me.
Who's it from?
Pierre down in Pierre, North Dakota.
Are
Or South
you sure
Dakota.
it's not South
Did
Dakota?
they name the Pierre? Did they name Pierre after the city, or did they name the city after Pierre?
Obviously, after the person.
Okay,
I'm
believe it.
Still trying to figure that one out. So, should the crescent,
This could be a while.
le crescent, be erecting the?
What?
We'll leave it at that.
No. No, they shouldn't.
The largest Johnny Appleseed statue in the world.
Oh man!
Why?
An awesome one
Okay, you're from there. What's the story?
You
where
know what?
Johnny Appleseed is holding up his hands, and apple seeds are constantly just shooting out of his hands and raining down upon everybody.
Like, Crescent
you would-
becomes all apple
Kids
trees.
opening their mouth
Yeah.
and catching apple seeds.
But see, then they're gonna
Who
get
eats
sick
apple
because
seeds?
Oh,
the
you never know,
apple
you might get hungry.
the
Why
apple
can't
will go in their
Eat pumpkin
bellies.
seeds.
Yeah, like why can't you eat other kinds of seeds?
Yeah, why don't we try this? You bake up apple seeds.
You know why? Because
Why?
cows, they have that thing in their stomach that like pulverizes stuff, so they can eat. They
They
can
have like a-
digest things easier.
Okay.
They have like a midget in their stomach that pulverizes.
I'm kind of.
I think it's actually a bunny.
Stomachs.
A bunny.
Bunny.
A bunny that gnaws. Maybe
Yeah.
a beaver. A beaver that lives
Beavers are so BA
in a. Okay.
for real.
We'll save that for another show when my children aren't here. Let's move on to next subject. Or do we have another email?
Not for you.
Okay. Do we have any for you?
No.
Is it stinky? Just the way you like it. A little and Stimpy, or
Ooh.
another show, shout out to you.
Holla.
Tipping, subject number 2.
Cow tipping.
Cow tipping's fun.
I have never done it. Have you? I know you have.
Sorry, I was having a staring contest with the camera.
Who was winning?
I have not tipped a cow. It's still up for debate on that.
Did they give you bad service or what?
Those cows. They with their pulverizing stomachs. Jerks.
What is that thing?
No, I've never tipped a cow. Are we talking about
A
cow
gizzard?
tipping, or are we talking about tipping waiters and waitresses?
Tipping.
The subject is tipping. We can take it from there.
Have you ever tipped over a car?
No.
Tim Hushik. And welcome back. Again, at home, you're going to see this. It's going to look like, because we had more technical difficulties. We're shooting right now, so we'll go ahead and just be quiet on the set.
Children.
This is what happens when you invite your family to a shoot, and her friend that loves texting. Actually, welcome Girl Scout Troop. What?
Beverly Hills.
What? 52831. I didn't ask for your home number. I asked for what troop you were. So, welcome Girl Scouts. We'll see them hopefully at the end here. And I do
cookie season.
apologize ahead of time for Jay's language. So, tipping. Cow. What did we decide? Were we talking about cow tipping?
Okay.
Tipping, you were talking about tipping cars, talking about tipping cows.
Cash.
We'll talk cash.
Have you ever worked as a waiter?
Yeah. Too many
A
years of my
waitor?
life. Waitress.
I said waiter.
Okay, it's
No,
technically a
I have
server.
not.
No.
Okay. Have you?
Yeah.
Where?
Everywhere.
Okay, let's
Fun.
try one.
Bar Abilene, let me tell you this.
Okay, I didn't ask what
Lame.
communicable disease.
Right now I'm going to be working at Target Field as a server.
Target Field as a server.
Yep. I'm going to be serving balls, baseballs.
She's a pitcher for the
Yes,
twins,
I'm
actually.
actually a pitcher.
Oh.
And,
You couldn't be any worse than what we already have in the bullpen. Waka waka.
oh,
Okay.
don't diss the Twins.
I am, because they suck. They're horrible.
Minnesota Pride.
I have great Minnesota pride, but for the love of God, get a pitcher. Just one.
I just bring back Mariano.
No, bring back HR Puffin stuff. Joe Nathan,
Yeah.
best twin of all time.
My dad would call him Mr. What was that horse's name? Yeah.
HR Puffin stuff. That's what I would do.
What do you call him?
He's coming up here, Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed.
I don't think was that. No, it
Come
was
on.
Wilbur. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Tipping. How did we get on that? So you were a server.
Yeah.
I was a server for many, many years of my life too.
Holla.
How I miss it.
Really?
I miss it. I do because.
I'm looking forward to get back into
You
it.
know what I loved? I'd show up for work, and I would be like on fumes, for gas.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No
I thought you were going to
smokes,
say that you were literally
No
puffing gas
candy,
in
no
the,
soda in my refrigerator,
Hell
and
no.
I would work like 4 hours.
Wait a second. Did you just say you didn't have any gas? You didn't have any candy or soda in your refrigerator?
Yeah.
Your priorities are so terrible.
Hey, gas was up. Gas was
I
up
ain't got
first.
no candy. I ain't got no whatchamacallits. I ain't got no M&Ms. I ain't got no Twizzlers. I ain't got no Coke.
Really? Is that the
I
candy?
got all
you
this
get?
water
Oh.
and
That's actually what I
lunch
was
meat.
going to. Yeah, no, I
I'm
mean, my
sorry.
fridge literally would have a bottle of ketchup in it.
Ew.
And then, you don't like ketchup?
It was
Why you gotta be hating on ketchup?
You know something?
Baking powder
flavored
and ketchup, that is the bachelor's refrigerator.
It was ketchup with
They
sugar
actually have
in it.
baking powder. That's surprising. Ketchup.
Have you ever seen a refrigerator without baking powder?
Yeah.
Why
Not
it's there,
since
I
was
don't
a
know.
child.
Again, oh, Brad's falling asleep because we're not talking about tipping. So,
All right.
I love tipping.
Yeah, I like to tip.
Yep. And I like getting them. Anyway, my point was you start the day off with nothing, you work 4-hour shift, and you have enough to not only buy soda, smokes, gas,
Candy,
candy,
Beer.
beer,
beer.
if you can get someone who's over 21 to buy it for you, because I'm not there yet.
You get there, buddy.
So
Let
I'm
that be
sorry,
a
we
lesson.
have an email coming in from a viewer.
Oh.
Okay. This is really high-tech stuff.
Thank
You gotta
you.
freaking drink Red Bull or
Man,
something
I'm
next time.
sorry,
Red
man.
Bull.
Hey, look at that.
Ooh, this one is for you.
Ooh,
This'll
okay.
liven up them spirits.
All right, put me on the spot. This always ends weirdly.
And it ends as it begins, painfully.
This
All right,
is from
let's hear it.
Cleopatra from Nashua.
Oh, okay. Good. Beautiful name.
I just got a haircut while
Okay.
eating a sandwich served by the stylist, who's also my male carrier, and it is Christmas. She also just delivered my firstborn child. How much do I tip? How about you give her the child?
I don't know, but can you read it again? Because that was fun.
I think in that situation, you actually let her keep the hair that she cut off, and you give her half of your sandwich.
On the hair on the
No,
sandwich?
not on. Come on, I'm not a monster.
I don't think she's going to want.
I think for the rest of the show, you should
Well,
use
you
that
when you
voice.
get your hair cut, you keep the hair that
comes
they
out.
cut off, right?
No.
Yeah, I have a bag
Well,
of
it's
hair.
yours. Why would you leave it
I don't
behind?
even have pillows. I have my hair or my
That's
pillows.
absolutely
It's like
horrendous.
goose feathers.
Disgusting.
Yeah, there you go. See, like, your own personal. You lose percents. Is that what you don't? That says percents.
Oh, percents.
Yeah,
That
like,
said
how people,
70s.
yeah, I was like, nice.
What percent are you
What
at?
does the 70s have to do with tipping? Okay, everybody's falling asleep. Let's move on to our next subject. Car stereos. Now, recently, our producer, put a new car stereo in his car. And when he bought it, he asked if I'd be interested in installing it for him because he thinks I have any ingenuity
Oh
whatsoever.
my gosh,
I've
this
been
had to
with
went
you
bad.
when you. I have a great story from when you were installing a car
What was-
stereo.
Does it involve Brandy from Chester's?
Yes, and the most terrifying experience
name I
of
used to
my
dance
entire
under.
life. What happened? We were at that buddy of yours, like it was that that auto shop place up in there off Old 8.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
off 48, yeah.
And
Lucky.
you were there. We went up there. You brought me up there, and I,
Yeah.
of course, you were doing it, and I'm like, I don't know.
You were
It's
doing
not
it.
a two-man job really
Kids are
to
To do it.
install the stereo. So I'm bored, so I'm walking around this dude's auto shop, and I go into this area of the office that is like completely dark, and I can't find a light switch, so I take out my Zippo, I hold it up, and I kind of go into this room, and I hold it up, and I hold it up right into the corner, and there is this perfectly still creature there, and I like, and then it turns out as like my eyes acclimated that it was like they had a mannequin standing in the corner of the
Oh my gosh.
room for some odd reason. It scared. I have never.
To this day.
I'm like it's still like I was
Because
like I'm gonna die.
You were in some place you shouldn't have been.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there, so anyway.
So, okay,
I thought
not
you were
the
gonna
story I
say
thought
you-
you were gonna do.
No,
there
it
was a
doesn't
young
translate.
there was a young lady when I was working as a host at a place called Chester's in Roseville, and I can use that because they're no longer around.
Chester?
I have. Oh, by the way,
Chester's.
I have a hat from Chester.
Chester's Family Restaurant, greatest place on earth. But we had a dishwasher, and she's Radio Shack at Apache Plaza. That's how long ago.
Mhm.
You even know what Apache Plaza is?
Is it by the Apache Mall?
Yeah, that's what it was called. You know where Apache Mall was?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's in Rochester.
Yeah, I was gonna
Whoa,
say
wait
we're
a
probably
minute.
talking about two different.
Is that the one that had the Woolworths with the in the middle of the floor? You could go downstairs. The car stereos. In Rochester there was a Woolworths.
I've never been to Rochester.
I thought you just said Apache Mall. You've been there. Okay, and in Rochester. See, if you are following along at home,
gotta be
God
people-
bless you.
people,
because I'm sitting here
watching
in the
this.
midst of this, and I have no f***ing idea what's going on.
Half
so.
of them probably know exactly what you're talking about too, and they're going,
Yeah,
"Oh,
they're
no,
like,
that's not in
yeah,
Rochester,"
how could she not know where
or
that
you're like,
is?
no, that's the
If you
Brainerd."
remember, if you were out there watching and remember the Woolworths in Rochester, that in the middle of the store, you could walk downstairs to the toy department and seasonal, text us. Or no, Twitter us.
Tweet.
What's our tweet?
Quack.
We actually have a real one now. Ricky Tikki Tavi is shut down because it was copyrighted. Off Constantly TV at
This
Twitter.
is a very good, a good test to see if anybody. Because
Yeah,
right now there are
see
no
it.
followers.
The 7 people are watching us.
Tweet
I want
us.
to know if anybody.
And we watch it at hashtag Rochester Woolworths. I don't
Are you
even-
saying walrus?
Wool?
There
Wool.
is this walrus.
There's
and
this-
in the center
yes,
of this walrus
in the
is a
center
toy
of the
department.
walrus. It was like the Tauntaun in Empire Strikes Back. No, Woolworths. Woolworth. Now I can't even say it. I'm not even.
It's like a store?
Yes. Oh my God! It was the greatest store ever.
That's probably why it's still there.
So anyway, car stereos, Brandy, dishwasher, Chester's. Jason, will you
Still
install
on
it? I say yes. Next week I see her and I say, how's the car stereo? And she said, funny story. I took my car out after you installed it, and I said, because it was in the evening. Which don't install a car
It was
stereo.
with me that time. I swear that was the same one.
No, because it was outside.
Oh, you did it outside? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, okay.
You were doing it
Continue
outside?
the story.
Would you stop with the doing it? Anyway, stop, because I
I'm-
want to get this out, otherwise my head's going to explode. The car stereo, I saw her the next week and said, how's the car stereo?
You already
And
said
she
that part,
says,
though.
I know, but I got to... She says, funny story.
You want to hear a funny story? It's about me and the lighter.
gone. And I said, why is the car gone? It started on fire under the dashboard. So as she's driving down the freeway, this poor girl, I felt so bad. Luckily, she had full coverage, so she got a new, better car with a car stereo that had a tape player in it. For those of you at home, cassette tape players, look them up.
I'll show you
But
one.
I burnt down a car installing a car stereo. That's
So
where that
you were the
came
reason?
from. I was. So, yeah.
Never have I ever.
And remember, the last question comes from Sven. Again, SunGuard, obviously watches the show all the time.
Thanks,
fan.
Sven. We like
Hi,
what you do
Sven.
on the news.
You're fantastic.
Likes weather.
You're an
lights off
inspiration.
constantly.
He says, remember when car stereos were important. Now,
Yes, I do.
Seriously, I just figured out how to set the clock in, because I had like a CD player that was installed before I got, before I had the car. And I just figured out how to make the clock show up. So it's at the wrong time, and then it would always just show the radio station. It wouldn't say the clock. So I had, I used my smartphone and finally
So-
figure out how to set it and put it there. It's
I
tricky,
would
you gotta like
just-
shut it off.
are you saying that it's important still?
Yeah, I think they're so important.
I would only just drive around my car between the 8 and 10 o'clock hours,
Yeah.
so that it could, sometimes it'd
Yeah,
be
I'd
right.
love to
It
be in
would be.
traffic.
It's 10:13. I got plenty of time to get there by 11.
You sounded like a DJ, like you were going to go into
Yeah.
it's 10:13. But
I would do it.
I think they're important.
But you guys don't remember when like people would
Yes.
come in and spend their like entire
Yes,
work
I do.
salary on,
Bass.
so it
Bass
go
was big for a while.
I want to get some speakers in my car. My Subaru needs it.
yeah, it does.
Hey,
Bamba will hook
easy.
you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want a new
Well,
car?
no,
I'll
because
install this car
the
stereo.
They'll put
speaker I don't
flames
think
on the
works
side.
on my
The
left
flames will
side
be
anymore.
coming out of the engine, but
What?
Loudly.
Solami? What?
Squall.
Oh, soil minute! Holy baby Jesus!
Oh, my.
We forgot the soil minute
Speaking of
because it
minutes.
wasn't on. It was on the script. I didn't see it. So let's W. Can we get the soil minute, please? Normally this wouldn't be at the end of the show, and it might not be when it's all edited together.
let's
never
pull
know.
Sam's car in here to time the soil minute too.
Okay. Yes. W. Enlighten us.
Welcome to Off Constantly Soil Minute. I'm D.W. Bauer, and with me is sophomore standout athlete Abby Sanford. And we're going to tell you about the web soil survey. Actually, I'm going to tell Abby about the web soil survey because I suspect that when you travel, your dad doesn't consult the web soil survey, does he? But you think he should, right? No? What if you landed up in it like a rifle muck when you go somewhere? Okay, so the web soil survey is great. It's, look it up. I think it's websoilsurvey.com or something. And you can look up any soil in the United States on it, location. So like when my daughter travels, I won't let her go stay on some rifle muck. So I consult where she's staying, and I make sure it's a nice loam. Because, call me conservative, but I want my daughter to travel to safe places. So, web soil survey, check it out online, and that's your soil minutes.
Awesome. I'm gonna Google.
I've been there.
to
I've been
the-
to the site.
Why does that not surprise me?
What else are you going to do on a Wednesday?
Anything? But okay. Closing comments.
Wow, I didn't know we were going to finish.
We totally are.
That's what she said.
Okay, good one.
This episode is over.
And Jay is waking up. Thanks for watching Off Constantly, and I'll say that next time without spitting across the room. Have a great evening.
Peas and rice.
Bum 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 ba bum ba. Off Constantly.